Welcome to the Naples Money Managers News You Can Use. Thought I'd go solo today because it's important that we talk to everyone when the markets are doing their thing, which isn't going the direction that we all want it to go in. So I thought maybe it's very important for us to share our thoughts on where the market is, how it affects you, why it's doing what it is. But I'll start with a lot of numbers came out today. Consumer price index, producer price index type of numbers, which tell you a lot about inflation. And oddly enough, they actually came out a little lower than everybody expected, especially when you took out food and energy. It was only up like 0.3, which is pretty darn good when you're looking at a monthly, or you can look at it for a whole year. But it doesn't really matter what the number is. What matters is it's a little lower. And I think we've all been looking for inflation to be a little bit higher based on, the sanctions and cuts in the government, a lot of different things we thought were going to start to affect inflation. And I have to tell you, they probably still will. There'll be a cycle that will go around. They'll cut in one place, or they'll rise up in one place and they'll go down in another place. Do you remember way back when Japan was junk? Everything that came from Japan was junk. And we didn't have the same kind of products coming in as we did from China. But I always talk about this. I can remember buying a little or wanting to buy a little beaded purse. And because each bead is sewn on independently, it was so expensive. And then when China came on the market, our inflation really went to almost nothing, because they were flooding our markets with lots of products. Not to say that they were cheaply made, although we know some were, but they kept inflation down. Think about your price of televisions, your price of a lot of things went lower. And on the other hand, though, you had prices going up. So all of your internet type of things, anything that was technical, went up in price. Phones, look at the price of phones, which are really little mini computers now. So it's all going to kind of come out in the wash a little differently than you think it will. Now, having said all that, I will comment on the markets. When the markets do what they're doing right now, it takes me a while, always, I've been doing this since 1982, so it takes me a while for it to hit me in the right way. And I will tell you that the market never gives you this kind of a warning. It doesn't do this and say, hey guys, we're going to go down now. We're going to drop like 500-600 points 3 days in a row, and you better get out, because I'm telling you, right now we're going down. That's not how it really works. What the market is doing right now is shaking the apple tree. It's shaking out everybody who never should have been in the market in the first place. It's shaking out everybody who doesn't understand that the market can go down. There's people that have only seen an up market, a lot of younger people mostly, but the market can go down. And those people are going to get shaken out. Those seasoned investors, those who know that it's cyclical, things always go up if you have enough time, if you're in good quality investments, if you're not overspending. Those three things right there will keep you whole. Now, if you don't have a lot of time, let's say you're in your late 80s and you're thinking, well, I don't have 10 years for the market to come back, if that's what you're worried about, then you maybe shouldn't have a full portfolio inside the stock market. Maybe you need to make some adjustments, which is why our portfolio is an income and growth portfolio. So we don't get this full brunt of the markets like this, and we never have. And we have proof of that, and anybody, you can look at our testimonials. But that's why I wanted to tell people that. Now, here's how a bear market kind of works. It's called a bear market because a bear eats you bite at a time. Drops 500, next day goes up 400. You're like, oh, well, that's not so bad. And then the next day it drops 150, but then the next day it goes up 105. So you get lulled into this sense that the market is okay. It's not really doing all that much. And by the time you wake up, the bear has eaten half your body and you can't move. Now you're stuck. And that's what a real bear market is like. I don't think this is what we're experiencing here. There is a lot of political play going on. A lot of, people get stuff thrown at them all day long from many different sources. And so that affects the market to some degree. Program trading, that's going to affect these big moves in the market when you see it drop 1,000 points. I will never forget October 19th, 1987. I was on live radio and at my hour show on WNOG, and the market to this day has had its single largest percentage drop in one day. It was 502 points, or 22%, in one day. And I will tell you, it was the most, I can't even tell you what that experience was like. There was all kinds of trading rules that are in place now and safety guards that weren't in place then. That was one of the things that made them relook at how these program trades were affecting the markets. That was a scary day. I mean, you would put an order in to sell, and let's say the stock was at 100 when you wanted to sell it, and you might get it out at 40 because it was so backed up with trading orders, you had no idea what price you were going to get. That was scary. 2008 and 9, that was scary. This is kind of normalish. I know it doesn't feel like it, but look where we are. We are at 41,000 on the Dow, 41,000. I can remember when they were talking about 30,000. I thought, oh, that'll never happen in my lifetime, right? Well, I've either lived too long or it just happened. We're going to go with it just happened. So my thoughts today are to share with you, if you feel anxiety from what's happening in the markets, not what's happening politically, you can have all the anxiety you want on either side. But if you're having anxiety about your own portfolio, whether you're clients or not clients, you need to come in and talk to us so we can take that anxiety away. We're really good at that. That's what we do best. Our job here is to make you feel good about where you are financially so that you don't have to change your whole life. So I'm going to keep it short today because last time we were really long and we're sorry about that. Remember to like and subscribe. As many people to see this as possible. I keep saying I'm never going to be as popular as, what's that show I love with Tim, the Tool Time guy? Oh my gosh, Last Man Standing. He has a great blog, and at the end of everything goes, Baxter out. Well, this is Brown out. See you next week.